Executive Officer, PNG Dataco, Mr. Paul Komboi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please make him welcome.
In my presentation, I'll basically talk about our current condition in terms of the infrastructure, the market, etc. What this means in the whole ecosystem for digital economy for our country, and what PNG Dataco is doing in alignment with our MTDP and our government's overall vision for the country. So I'll be talking about some of the programs that we've been doing and some innovation as well in where we are in our space. All right, for Dataco, I think we've been in the space for almost 8 years now. There are already other players in the industry, Digicel being one of them, now owned by Telstra. Vodafone recently joined our market space, and of course, Telecom, which is still there. We've got ISPs, internet service providers, expanding very, very fast around the country. And of course, our policymaker, DICT and NICTA, regulating our industry. So our industry is regulated. We've got new developments happening, Vodafone rolling out their network, Digicel expanding their towers, I think 150 more they're trying to roll out. We've had the statistics. Telecom as well, I think looking at new platforms, content, and as well as, technologies like Starlink and OneWeb and Empower, etc., entering our market space. For Dataco, we've been in this space and have contributed almost $1 billion already in investment. We have done the Highlands terrestrial fiber, the domestic coastal Kumul submarine cable, and also the Coral Sea connecting Port Moresby to Sydney and Honiara. We've got 2 data centers as well in Medang and Port Moresby being the primary. Yeah, so that's what we've done since our inception. In terms of providing these services, I think one of the key expectations also for the people is in terms of pricing, good quality services, as well as affordability. So that is one key area the government is looking into. And since our inception in around 2017, till now, we've dropped the price by at least 88% from 1,600 kina per megabit to 192 now, as we speak. Our services are regulated by NICTA, especially in terms of pricing. And we've made a submission this year, and we're waiting for NICTA now to come back with their response in terms of our new pricing for next year. This is where we are in terms of Dataco. We are in the middle there, basically, providing the infrastructure that is required for all our services, applications, etc. That's the ecosystem. So we are still sticking to our plans in terms of our expansion. We're looking at terrestrial and submarine cable fiber expansion. We want to continue to bring that to our people, closer to our people. Looking at new data centers around the country to complement what we have already in Medang and Port Moresby, and also most of our traffic now are, eating the data centers overseas down in Sydney and Singapore. We want to localize some of this content as well. We're looking at other initiatives like our local exchange for data, IXPs. We feel we've got only one, and it's not catering for all the ISPs, so sometimes we have our traffic eating internationally before coming locally. So we want to change that. We want to build a number of IXPs around the country. We're looking at also our DNS to maybe manage it or administer it better. So we encourage everyone to probably go online, start using the technology that is there in the platforms. We're looking at new satellite technologies to complement what we have and even connect the rural people. We know that we still need satellite technology. It's expensive at this stage, some, especially for carrier grade. We are carrying ISPs, we are carrying mobile operators, so they need big capacity. And very stable technology in terms of satellites. So, but we're not limited in terms of Starlink and Empower or Tribu. If the market dictates, then we're willing to offer those services as well. But we're mindful in that area on the current competition that is happening in terms of the satellite operators, mainly foreign satellite operators who are operating here without proper licenses, etc. So we want, I think, some changes to the regulation so it's fair for everybody. We know the benefits already. I think it's been said so much by other presenters before me in terms of what we can be able to gain out of the ICT development, progress. So, yeah, definitely it will improve our economy, yeah? At least the GDP, if we all move towards digitalization. So the honor is really upon us, senior managers in here, CEOs, to make the decision now to undertake your transformation. For Dataco, we are looking at these 4 areas in alignment with the government, like I mentioned. They want us to build enabling infrastructure in terms of telecommunication to support other sectors achieve their goals and ambitions as well. So we will continue to expand terrestrial fiber and submarine cable throughout the country. We will also continue to expand data centers, like I mentioned. And we are looking at a new initiative now on communal towers or neutral host towers. This is something we are piloting at this stage. I'll talk a little bit more about it. And also broadband access in terms of fiber, GPON technology. We're looking into that now. We've got the key result areas that are very, very clear for us in terms of what the government is looking at. So we will continue to roll out to the district. We've got 44 districts already connected with fiber out of the 96. That's around at least 46%. And in total, we've got 64 districts connected. So 20 are connected via satellite. So both high throughput satellite and just very small amateur satellite, just for connectivity purposes. Other carriers also are connected to these other places through various other means. This is only for Dataco, the data that is up there. So I think we are on track in terms of connecting up the provinces or districts. 21 provinces are connected with fiber. We've got 22 provinces. The only province that is not connected is Ella province. We're still working on getting connectivity there. It's a bit challenging. But the rest of the provinces around the country are connected with fiber optic cable. So that's in relation to where we are in terms of some of the statistics. For our expansion program for the Kumul submarine cable 2, this is what we are looking at. The white lines are already where we have connected. The red ones are the planned new connectivity. I think the key one to note there is between Lorengau and Kavieng and also going into Lihir, coming down and then connecting Arawa to Buka and also to Taro in the Solomon Islands there. Yeah, so that's what we are looking at. And then all the way down to Alatau, Million Bay and some of the highlands out there. There are people that are there dwelling in those places, and we need to give them proper connectivity. Wireless connectivity cannot meet their demand right now in those islands, especially in Alatau. And then some terrestrial connectivity that we are looking at, expanding the terrestrial through our Connect PNG road projects, following the PNG power transmission line or underground. We're talking to Department of Works now to see if we can connect up some of our districts while they are doing up the roads. So those are one of our major plans in terms of terrestrial and fiber submarine cable. We move further in terms of data center expansion. I mentioned already our data center is up and operational. We are building hybrid data center. That means we are partnering with all the major players, data centers around the world who are offering this service. We started off already with VMware and AWS. The next one now will be Oracle. It's really a new area for us, also venturing into, and very, very challenging in terms of their standards and requirements, because it also involves cybersecurity, etc. Yeah, but it has taken us almost 2 years now with AWS and VMware, so it might take that long with Oracle as well. And if you go to Google and Microsoft, also talking about some opportunities in our country as well now. Yeah, so that's the type of data center we're building, and hopefully we can create those multi-scale edge data centers around the country. So between at least 5 to 10 megawatt, we are looking at putting up those capacity of the new data centers around the country. We've got services also on the data center, the cloud, basically, applications, platforms. It's in use now and very tailored towards our customers. So it's really what you want, then we can be able to offer. Yeah, so you can talk to our team, and then we can see how we can assist you in terms of, digitalizing your organizations. We're working with the private sector as well as the government to make this happen currently. So those are some of our partners that are listed there. I won't dwell too much about the advantage of using cloud services. You heard already from John, Google. So we are here, the mini sort of Google of PNG, creating that infrastructure for us. Yeah. This next initiative, the communal tower, it's really quite a challenging one for us. We've gone out through a lot of consultation, including with Digicel, Telecom, Vodafone. To be honest, the numbers doesn't add up right now. I think the cost of doing business in PNG is very, very expensive. That's the reality. And I sympathize with the mobile operators in, rolling out mobile towers across the country. These are the real challenges they face. It's really quite expensive. But we have decided to go into proof of concept. We want to prove ourselves wrong in terms of the models that we have done, the business case. So we will do a few and see how we can be able to innovate in some of these solutions that are there, and not only technology, but in terms of cost as well. So we can bring down the price of operating this infrastructure, so we get more coverage. If you had seen the coverage level for some of the countries we compared ourselves to, for example, maybe New Zealand, Fiji, even Malaysia, they've got coverage of over 100%, maybe 110 to 130 in terms of mobile coverage. And that is being a very, very big contributing factor for the uptake of bandwidth in their country. Fiji, a very small country with only 1 million people, produce annually data of around 300 gig. That is bigger than what PNG now we are passing through our international cable. We are at around 60 only gigs. So there is still a lot of room for us to do a lot in our areas, close those gaps, coverage, more towers, increase the penetration of broadband, basically. And then, we can, I think, meet those statistics. But the signs are there. It's good. We see that there is a market. We think that the cost can go down if you share the cost of the tower infrastructure with the mobile operators. So some of them have come on board, and we are working on some of this. I think that's some of the trend that is happening in other countries as well. Even in Australia already, you have a tower company running there, just maintaining and looking after the towers only. Yeah. So, but that's this initiative. That's the challenge. So we've got a number of smart solutions that we are looking at in terms of the tower size, the coverage, and even the power as well. trying to make sure that we use green technology to support it. We know the challenges of bringing fuel to a particular site. So that's one of our projects, the number 3, and the final one will be the GPON technology. Broadband penetration is around 0.3% in the country. We've got approximately around 2 million plus premises for connectivity in the country. We're looking at connecting around 500 of them. That will increase at least our broadband penetration by 15%. Yeah, so that is using GPON technology. So new developments or residential areas where we think we can use this technology to provide fiber to the homes or to SMEs, etc. This is what we are looking at in deploying now throughout the country. Yeah, so that will complement the mobile infrastructures that are there. They are quite congested right now. They've used most of the capacity, so you can see the carriers still building towers around the urban areas as well, mainly because of those congestions. So hopefully that can ease out the mobile infrastructure, and then we can get more users on as well. So those are the 4 initiatives that Dataco will be looking at and working on. In summary, this is where our network is right now. The connectivity and the new connections that are planned. It's available. You can have a look at that and some of the statistics that are there. Yeah, so our target is to get all the districts connected. We up to 64 now, but we want more of them to be connected with fiber if we can. It's only 44 right now. And finally, my final slide here is some of the innovative programs in our area that we are specializing, we are undertaking now. We're looking at increasing our gateway. We cannot underestimate our demand. Yeah, so we've already are saturated in certain parts of the country. We've done Sydney already. We're coming to Port Moresby now. And then we'll go to Medang and then up to Guam. So increasing all our gateway capacity, internet gateway capacity to meet at least 200 to 300 gigs of capacity. So we've also been working on cybersecurity capability. That is a must for us, unfortunately. I think we are in this business, so we just have to make sure that we are up to standard with our cybersecurity tools, systems. Yeah. So we are already ISO 27001 certified, but we do that annually. And we're undertaking that now. We've completed our cybersecurity readiness assessment, and we are now going to work on plugging all the gaps that we have in the system. We have to follow international standards on this, and we can't escape. Unfortunately, it costs us, but that's something that we have to do for us now. IXP, I mentioned about that. The DNS, I mentioned about that as well, and there's some things that we are looking at also in terms of the IP. You know, the IP addresses that each one of you have right now. Yeah, we're reaching a saturated level right now on the IPv4. So we're moving into IPv6 now. So our team are working on that. I mentioned already about the green power solutions. We are actively working with partners to provide that into our system, our network. It's been one of the biggest failures, downtime. We have to admit that. So we really have to take on board this problem on our own and try to resolve. Yeah. And of course, there's some workaround, innovative workaround, ISP management capability. We are trying to reduce the barrier for ISP service providers in the country in terms of infrastructure and also software, the cost. I think with that, we think that we can help in reducing the cost of internet in the country. So, and that's also tied in with the GPON rollout that we are planning. For example, in Skyview, you can have one of our ISPs coming up there and just selling internet to all the houses that can connect to your TV as well, and bring content from there, and also use it for your Wi-Fi and even gaming as well. So they might be coming around soon next year to some of you, and then selling out those packages, but we will provide the infrastructure for them. And of course, trying to help the schools manage their ISP safe internet. And like I said, we are doing a proof of concept now for gaming, just to see if we can get that right, and then start to roll it out. And I think the final one that I should have also mentioned is internally at Dataco also. I think we are implementing most of the applications, programs that are being talked about by corporates around the world, even by some of our presenters today. So we have deployed Microsoft Dynamics, Microsoft Azure. So we're using all the email platforms. We've successfully operating the F&O now under MS Dynamics. Then we're also operating the CRM, that's for customer relation management. Also the field service for all the delivery of our service orders. And a contract management system. Yeah. So those are some of the things that we've already done internally as an organization to innovate, to help us to be more productive, more effective now, more efficient in what we are doing. We are moving into inventory and, yeah, I think project management now. Yeah. HR is already online as well. Yeah, so thank you to my team internally for that. I think the innovation is now, it's taken a new path on its own, and it's moving. It was a challenge in the beginning, but it's really moving. So I think we need everybody to, contribute in your space. So for Dataco, I think this is what we are doing, and yeah, we will continue to support and innovative projects around the country. Innovation is change is progress. Yeah. So I think that ends my presentation for today. Thank you, everyone.